everybody, it's Craig Fitzpatrick from Hosmer Chiropractic, and today we're going to be covering the thoracic foam roller. It's one of the best things you can do to mobilize your upper and mid back. When you do this, you have less neck pain, you have less low back pain, and you have less thoracic pain, right? It's a win-win. So here's me demonstrating on how to do it. We'll go a little bit more in depth as the video goes on. But one of the things we wanted to cover was what to avoid when you're doing the thoracic foam roller. Okay, so what we never ever want to do, we don't want to foam roll our low back. Okay, this is what happens. You could hurt yourself, you could cause some damage. You also don't want to foam roll your neck. This is what happens. You could do some damage. If you want to foam roll your neck, use the apex cervical orthosis. You could use the Da Vinci tool. Both of those will work really well, but again, don't use the foam roller on your neck. Where you put your hands, clasp your hands together like this with your thumbs resting on top of your shoulders. You do not want to do this on the back of your head. If you have really stiff shoulders, pain in your shoulders, pain in your neck, pain in your low back, what you can do is you can use these like yoga blocks. You can put your head under a yoga block like that, under your lower back, if that's too much. And then what you have to do is you have to adjust the blocks very slowly as you do this. The stiffer you are, the longer you want to stay at any one spot with the foam roller. But this also allows your front shoulders to be relaxed, especially if you have any kind of nerve issue or anything fun like that that can get irritated if you have your hands behind the neck. You can see as I'm doing this, I'm starting to run out of real estate, and pretty soon I'm going to push my head through the window. So make sure when you do this, you give yourself plenty of room. And the Harry Potter books actually work really well for this too. So getting into position. Again, I'm going to interlock my fingers like that, making a nice basket for my neck, placing my thumbs on the top of my shoulders. That will help prevent me from rolling onto my neck and also give my neck a nice area to relax. And I'm going to try to get that foam roller fairly high. As I do this, the stiffer I am, I'm pretty stiff at the top of my top of my thoracic spine. So I'm going to spend some time there. And what I'm doing here is I'm very gently flexing and extending. What I don't want to do is I don't want to do anything crazy where I'm lifting my hips up, becoming a bronco. Okay, it's very slight. We're trying to mobilize some stuck vertebrae here. Here now, I'm gently rotating side to side. And again, the movement is not that big. I do not want to be a crazed washing machine, right? I'm not taking out villains left and right. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right? And don't just sit there and wave your elbows. You're trying to mobilize your spine. Another thing you can do is you can do lateral flexion, side to side, like that. Very slight. It's pretty good. That's good, right? But what you don't want to do is you don't want to pretend like you're in an MMA fight hammering somebody with elbows. And I can go a little bit lower here. And again, we're thinking segmental mobility. So just very small motions. We're just trying to loosen up some of those tight vertebrae in between. There I am, just very gently doing the flexion and extension. And we'd say, roughly like 5 to 6 of these movements as you do it. And then you can gradually try to tie this in with your breath. As you're coming up, you're going to exhale. As you extend, you'll inhale. Just doing some small rotations. I'm using the foam roller like a fulcrum here to prevent too much movement. There you go. Just going side to side like that. I'm not doing a crazy side crunch as I do this. And then where to stop. Again, you never want to foam roll your low back. One rule we tell people is you should never be able to foam roll, or you should never foam roll the area. If you put your hand there at your low back, that should demonstrate where you should stop. Don't do that. Don't foam roll that area. All right, I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.